Hey guys, Magic Hour Movie Man here, aka Preston. I wanted to do another Blu-ray DVD update. Hadn't done one in a while. I wanted to make sure I had enough titles to have something to talk about over the holidays. Of course, you're spending a lot of money buying gifts on people, so you don't have, a lot of money and time to pick up some things for yourself. But it's to the point now. I picked up some titles that I think are worth talking about. Blu-rays and DVDs. But actually, before I start showing these, I should mention, for those of you who do not know, Best Buy does have the Upgrade and Save program starting up again. I think it started today, the 13th. And if you're unfamiliar with the Best Buy Upgrade and Save, basically, you can bring any DVD, as long as it has its original artwork and case, and you can trade it in for a $5 credit towards any Blu-ray. So the idea there is that you would upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray. But like I said, they'll take any DVD, and in most cases, they don't even look at the DVD for scratches or anything. I'm not sure what they do with them, but I've traded in tons of stuff. Traded in, sometimes you'll get like free compilation videos when you buy something at Best Buy. If you have any of those laying around, those are perfect because you're getting a $5 credit for something you didn't really pay for. Otherwise, I've picked up DVDs from the dollar store and traded those in with no problem. If you do something like that, though, make sure you take the plastic off first because they won't take it sealed. It's got to be already opened. So just so you know that. And I hope to swing by there myself this week. Gotta, search some couch cushions, find some change, put them in my little penny jar, and cash that in, see what I can come up with. But hopefully we'll come up with something. Alright, let's get to the goodies. I'll start with the DVDs and end with the Blu-rays. Now, some of these DVDs, actually all of these DVDs, I picked up at Big Lots, but I still swing by there every now and then because sometimes you can find titles that are not on Blu-ray, and that's what we have here. At least to my knowledge, they're not on Blu-ray. This first one is a documentary, Secret Origin, the story of DC Comics. Now, I grew up collecting comics. I don't collect anymore, but I grew up collecting comics, loving superheroes, and of course now I collect superhero movies. And this is a really good overview of DC Comics and some of the important people in the history of DC Comics. I didn't look it up, but I think this was a DVD that came with some Superman set. I don't know if it was the Superman movies or Smallville or something like that, but I think it was something that came included with that, and this got separated out and sold separately at some point. So I found that for $3, and I just watched it the other day and really enjoyed it. This next one I haven't opened yet, but it's a movie I remember seeing way back when, The Dow of Steve, an independent film with Donald Logue. I remember liking this movie a lot. Again, it's an indie film from the 90s, and basically Donald Logue plays a character who kind of lives by his own little philosophy that he calls the Dow of Steve, which a lot of his heroes, he attributes to a lot of his heroes like Steve McQueen, and I forget who the other Steves are. Basically it's about him kind of living by that philosophy until an old flame shows up and shakes things up. I haven't seen it since the 90s, so I don't remember every detail about it, but I do remember liking it, so I look forward to revisiting that. Again, $3. This next one is a documentary I remember liking, Roman Polanski, Wanted and Desired. I love a lot of Roman Polanski's movies, but I am one of those people that I kind of separate the artist from their work. I do have problems with Roman Polanski, the person, and this documentary covers his life, especially the controversial aspects, which I'm not going to get into, but it is a good documentary and I enjoyed it, so I look forward to revisiting that. Oh, I should note that wasn't $3; it was $1.88. So you know, if you have a Big Lots near you and you want that documentary, that's a good thing to look for. And this last movie was a blind buy, and I did watch it recently and enjoyed it. And it's a Western called The Great Northfield, Minnesota Raid. Did I get that right? Yes. The Great Northfield, Minnesota Raid. It's a Western by Philip Kaufman. I believe it was his first movie. Philip Kaufman did The Right Stuff, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake. He's credited as being one of the co-creators of Indiana Jones. Some people don't know that. I think for a while he was even slated to direct Raiders of the Lost Ark, but things fell through. I never got a clear idea of how that played out. But anyway, it's a very interesting Western. You can tell it's a first film. Some of it's kind of choppy, but you got Robert Duvall and Cliff Robertson. Is that his name? Don't want to get that wrong. Yep, Cliff Robertson. Do a great job. It's about the Cole Younger, Jesse James rivalry, pretty much, and it's just a really cool Western. I liked it quite a bit. Not the best Western I've ever seen, but I did enjoy it. And then we got Blu-rays. That's it for DVDs. Some of you may know this already, but if you don't, Walmart currently has a selection of these double feature Blu-rays for $5. And mixed in there are some pretty good deals. This is Hostel 1 and 2. This was a blind buy for me, but on a Saturday afternoon I watched them back to back and really enjoyed them. I was a little surprised. I was unsure. You know, I like horror movies, but when people start using that phrase, torture porn, you know, that doesn't sound like my kind of thing. But I actually don't really consider this torture porn. I mean, maybe I have my own ideas of what that really means, but there were people that I identify with as protagonists, heroes, in difficult situations and trying to get out of them. And as long as I have somebody like that, I can, like, you know, go along on the ride with them. To me, that's not kind of the mean-spirited torture porn that I have as my definition of that. But I enjoyed them both. Actually, I think I enjoyed the second one even more than the first one. So if you've seen those movies and you know you have some thoughts on that, let me know which one you enjoyed. But the first one, it's a group of guys that get caught up in it, and the second one, it's a group of girls. And I actually enjoyed the one with the girls a bit more because I thought their characters were a little more fleshed out, a little more interesting than the guys who just seemed to be more or less, I don't know, kind of frat kind of guys I couldn't really identify with. Does that mean I identify with girls? It's not what I mean, but that's how it came out. But anyway, the other thing the second one does that I liked was you got to see more of the how the whole business of these rich people paying to torture these people, how that business side of that works. And not only that, but you see some of the clients, including a reluctant client, as he goes through this process. And I like the way that unfolded. I don't want to give anything away, but I like that the movie didn't seem predictable. The first one, it was good. I enjoyed it, but to a certain level, it was kind of predictable. So yeah, I enjoyed both of those, surprisingly. So, and this next one I was really happy to find for $5. I'm a huge spaghetti western fan. And here they have The Grand Duel, which is also known as The Big Showdown, and Keoma. And if you just saw Django Unchained and you really like that movie, I would encourage you to watch some of these old spaghetti westerns. You'll see some of the movies that influenced Quentin Tarantino, including the original Django, which is really good. Matter of fact, if you saw Django Unchained, the Italian guy that Jamie Foxx tells him how to pronounce the name, that's the original Django he's talking to. So, kind of funny. And that actor, Franco Nero, is in Keoma, which of the two movies, Keoma is the lesser movie. I still enjoyed it, but I enjoyed Keoma more on a really cheesy level because Franco Nero plays a half-breed. He's half Native American, half Caucasian, yet he has this thick Italian accent, you know, so it's just, the credibility just isn't there. There's still cool stuff in the story, and there's very stylized villains in this. I would warn you, there's a song that's annoying as hell throughout the whole movie, but if you can kind of tune that out or just laugh at it, which is what I ended up doing, because every time that song would show up, I would just bust out laughing because it's just ridiculous. But it's still, I thought, an entertaining movie. The Grand Duel is the more serious of the two, and I mean, it's still spaghetti western, so there is, you know, an operatic kind of heightened reality to it, but anything with Lee Van Cleef is enjoyable to me. He's the main character in Grand Duel. He's very cool. You might know him from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and you know, the Sergio Leone movies. He's in all three of those. Man with No Name. Is he in all three? Let me know if I'm messing that up. I know he's in at least 2 of the 3 Man with No Name movies, and I want to say he's in all 3. Anyway, but that's a good deal for $5, I thought. And the transfer on that was really good, I thought. That's the one thing I was really suspicious of. I was very pleased. It was a very good transfer. In case you're wondering, they're the Mill Creek label, which they're releasing a lot of stuff really cheap, but that usually means no special features. It's not always a guarantee of a good transfer, but the Hostel movies and those spaghetti westerns, I thought looked great. So I would say if you're not looking for special features, those are good ones to get. Okay, the next thing I got, where did I get this? I got City Slickers. Where did I pick that up? I want to say I picked that up at Best Buy for $5. No, I didn't. I'm lying. Target for $5. There we go. I take that back. Target for $4. I don't know if it's still going on. It's been a couple weeks, but Target had a selection of Blu-rays for $4, and City Slickers was one of them. I didn't own City Slickers, so picked it up, and I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how the transfer is. But for $4, just to own the movie, that's worth it to me. And this next movie is one I've been dying for, and that's Finding Nemo. I'm a huge Pixar fan, so I was happy to find this. Target had it for $13. I think it was a limited time. You know, double check and see if it's still at that price, but it was the same time I picked up City Slickers. $13, and there was a rebate going around at the end of last year that I was able to get in under the wire, where you can get, I believe it's $10 back for any Pixar combo set. And this qualifies, so I sent in my rebate. So if I get that $10 rebate back, I will have gotten this for $3, which is incredible. For a Disney movie or a Pixar movie, that's incredible. And there's a Monsters, Inc. movie admission, but I think it's out of my local theater, so that's not going to help me out. Got the nice, you know, slip cover there. Those are always nice. And then finally, at Walmart one day, I happened to see that they had the Sherlock Holmes Game of Thrones, the Blu-ray DVD set, for $7.88, which is a great deal. But it also came with I took it off, but it also came with $7.50 towards any Warner Brothers movie. So probably going to use that for Gangster Squad. Although I've heard mixed things about it, I'm still going to see it. It's basically at a matinee, it's going to be a free movie, so why not? So that's a nice little plus. Not only was this a good price, but to get a movie admission, that's always good. And I've seen Game of Shadows. I like it quite a bit. So yeah. So there you go. Let me know what you think of those movies. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, rate, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching.